Okay, we'll call the meeting to order of the Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo for our September 23rd, 3 p.m. meeting. First order of business is the public comment guidelines. Ms. Ryder, please.
This meeting is being provided under Act 267 of the Public Acts of 1976 as amended, or commonly referred to as the Open Meetings Act. During public comment, participants will have the opportunity to address the board at the beginning of the meeting and at the end of the meeting for non-agenda items. Public comments should be provided at the podium in order to ensure proper audio. Public comments, statements, or questions shall be limited to not more than 3 minutes for each person addressing the board. To provide public comment by Zoom, use the raise hand feature in the Zoom application. The host will ask you to unmute. For telephone audio, use *9. Use *6 to toggle back and forth between mute and unmute. As you participate in the meeting, your microphone will be placed on mute. The chat feature shall only be used to address any technical issues for public participation.
Thank you. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The goal of the Board of County Road Commissioners of the County of Kalamazoo is using our expertise, energy, and funds to provide the safest and most convenient road system possible and to contribute to the economic development and high quality of life throughout the county. Our goal is to maintain a county road system that is safe and convenient for public travel and to manage the roadside environment with a view towards preservation. Our first item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. A motion would be in order.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Support. We have a motion by Commissioner Davis with support to approve the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building or online or amongst commissioners? Any discussion amongst commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the agenda as presented say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next is the approval of the minutes of the September 9th meeting. A motion would be in order.
Motion.
I'll move that one. I did review them. Look good to me.
Second.
We have a motion by Vice Chair Stahauer with support to approve the minutes of the September 9th meeting. Is there any corrections, additions, or deletions amongst the audience here in the building or online or any further from commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the September 9th minutes say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Next is the approval of the payroll and vendor accounts. A motion would be in order.
So moved. Thompson.
Is there support?
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Thompson with support to approve the payroll and vendor accounts as presented. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building or online or amongst commissioners?
So Chair, as I shared earlier, Commissioner Kennedy, I would like to see the amounts of the payroll and vendor accounts added in the future.
Yep, and you will, I think, once you get your tablet, you'll be able to see the exact amount.
Yeah, but they should be on the agenda form, you don't think?
Our agenda is like, it's almost 200 pages long, so,
That's why it would be great if it was on the front page.
okay. So it's several pages long, so that's.
I'm thinking total. So we're approving the payroll and vendor accounts. We should have an amount there so the public knows that they don't have to go through 200 pages in order to know what we're approving.
Okay. All right, we'll see what we can do to get that, move that going forward. Any other discussion amongst commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the payroll and vendor accounts as presented say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion carries. Now is time for public comment on non-agenda items. This is the opportunity for the public to comment on non-agenda items. You have 3 minutes. Please give us your name and your address and let us know. Turning the mic on for you.
It's all you.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Reed Williams. I am a Winchell neighborhood resident in the city of Kalamazoo on Tree Haven Drive. I am here today, though, as a representative of Now Kalamazoo. If none of the commissioners or staff are familiar, Now Kalamazoo is a nonprofit community news service. And I've brought a number of friends here today. My colleague Ben Lando, Now Kalamazoo's publisher and founder, is here as well. We are co-teaching a course for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Western Michigan University. If you're not familiar with OLLI, as it's referred to you, some of you might be eligible, I'm not sure. You have to be 50 or over to be an OLLI member and to register for the courses. Something to look into someday. But we are teaching a course all about local government and how journalists cover local government. And so as the second part of our course, we had a classroom session on Friday. The second part today, we figured bring folks to one of our favorite local government meetings, the Road Commission. So that is my explanation for the extra attendance you might have in the back of the room. Thanks for having us, and just wanted to say hi and thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you and welcome. Thank you. Any other public comment on non-agenda items here in the room? Seeing none. Online, is there any public comment online? Hearing none. All right, we will move forward into new business. All right. First item under new business is item A, the request approval of the 9th Street final construction plan cover sheet and Township Managing Director.
All right, so the Road Commission, our consultant Whiteman, have developed plans and bid documents to mill and resurface 9th Street from Kale Avenue to M43 to be constructed in 2026. The project includes milling, paving, pavement marking, traffic signal upgrades, and signage improvements. This section of 9th Street is currently an all-season route, and it's currently also on our non-motorized master plan. There are no trees in this project, interesting enough. This project is actually a primary road that was constructed in the 1990s, so our newest primary road I believe we have here in the county. With that, Whiteman has completed the design of the project and is ready to submit the final plans to MDOT, local agency program, for obligation of federal funds for the project for a January 2026 MDOT bid letting. There is one highway easement needed with this project. It's actually a sidewalk ramp and a pedestrian signal at Seco Drive and 9th Street. We anticipate that's going to cost approximately $7,600. The total cost of the project is estimated at $1.2 million. We expect to pay approximately $400,000 in Michigan Transportation Fund dollars, along with we do have a $800,000 federal grant using Surface Transportation Program dollars. So with that, we recommend the board approve the 9th Street from Kale Avenue to West Main Street final construction plan cover sheet and highway easement for the managing director's signature.
Very good. A motion is in order.
Motion to approve. Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Davis with support to approve the 9th Street final construction plan cover sheet and temporary grading easement for Ashtimo Township. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building about this project or online? Hearing none. Is the discussion amongst commissioners? Vice Chair.
Just a question in terms of sounds like really an overlay of existing pavement. Maybe it's mill and overlay, but give us some concept of the project. And are we widening the road, not widening the road? It has space for non-motorized.
Sure. So our county engineer, Ryan Minkus, I'm sure can give us some details.
Yeah, good questions, Commissioner Stayhauer. Ryan Minkus, County Engineer. Most of this road has concrete along the edges. I didn't say curb and gutter because there is a stretch where it's kind of a flat, just concrete shoulder. So we are staying within the confines of this concrete shoulder. There is no planned road expansion, widening with this project. It is purely resurfacing. So for the southern portion, which I believe is 3 lanes, it's going to be a single course mill and overlay. But then as we widen, as we get up closer to M43, we're doing 2 lifts of asphalt milling and replacing. So we'll have 4 inches of new asphalt in that wider, heavier section up around the Walmart, Seco Drive area. There is some non-motorized up in that area already. I know Oshkomo has plans for furthering that in the township, but we're not including any of that here with this project.
Thank you.
Any other discussion or questions from commissioners? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the 9th Street final construction plan cover sheet and temporary grading easement for Oshkomo Township, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. That'll take us to item B, request approval of the intersection traffic control orders 1712 through 1717 for Sky Ridge Avenue and Driftwood Avenue, Oshkomo Township. Managing Director.
All right, so a little background here. A traffic control order, also known as a TCO, is used by the Road Commission whenever establishing speed limits, parking controls, and intersection controls. A TCO is a legal document for which a traffic violation may be issued by law enforcement. Both speed and parking controls are issued by the Michigan State Police after investigation by both Michigan State Police and the Road Commission staff. Intersection controls are issued by the Road Commission without Michigan State Police investigations. So at our June 17th, 2025 meeting, the Road Commission Board approved traffic calming measures for the Green Meadow, Driftwood, and Sky Ridge neighborhoods. The traffic calming measures included 3 traffic circles at the intersections of Sky Ridge Avenue, Westview Avenue, Driftwood Avenue, and Westview Avenue, along with Driftwood Avenue and Crimson Lane. Because these intersections have been converted to traffic circles, yield control is the appropriate traffic control for all approaches. Previously, only the side streets were stop controlled by the main street. To implement the new control, the current TCO must be rescinded and the new TCOs must be approved. So with that, we are recommending that the board approve the TCOs numbers 1712 through 1217. There's a typo here. TCOs number 1712 through TCOs 1717 for Sky Ridge Avenue, Driftwood Avenue, and rescind all previous TCOs at these intersections for the managing director's signature.
Very good. A motion would be in order.
So move, Stayhauer.
Is there support?
Support Davis.
We have a motion in support to approve the intersection traffic control orders 1712 through 1717 for Sky Ridge Avenue and Driftwood Avenue in Oshkomo Township. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building or online or amongst commissioners? Commissioner Kennedy.
So I just want to be clear. So we are rescinding some of them, which is 1712. We're not just we're just approving the fact that we want to rescind 1712, rescind 1714, rescind 1716, and in place of those, we are adding 1713, 1715, and 1717. Is that correct?
No, Commissioner.
Did I get that wrong?
No.
Okay.
So we're the first one we're rescinding 1447 and approving 1712. 1713 is a new one, and then we're rescinding 1446 and approving 1714.
Okay.
1715 is a new one. With the rescinding 1403 and approving 1716, and then approving 1717 as a new one as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, Commissioners? Vice Chair.
I think maybe two, just to add, make clear, these are going from stops to yields.
That's correct, because they're now traffic circles.
And, good, thank you.
Yep. Any other commissioner comments? Oh, I think I'll just comment that I think this is a good deal. I think our traffic circles that we're going in here has been a long project, and this is just another step in that long project of traffic calming in that neighborhood. So Very well done. Are all in favor of approving the intersection traffic control order 1712 through 1717, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. That'll take us to item C, request approval of the Michigan Department of Transportation contract number 25-5476, sub A 9th Street, Stadium Drive to Quail Run in Ashimo Township. Managing Director.
All right, this is actually a project we're working on with Ashimo Township. Since it is a sidewalk project and non-motorized. So this project is approximately 1.2 miles of concrete sidewalk and curb ramps along 9th Street from Stadium Drive to Quail Run Drive, including tree and stump removals, billboard removal, earthwork and grading, sub-base and aggregate base, drainage, hot mix asphalt, hand patching and approach, concrete curb and gutter, driveway, accessible pedestrian push button station and signal system, permanent signing and pavement markings, all together with the necessary related work. So with that, we recommend the board approve MDOT contract number 25-5476 for the managing director's signature.
A motion would be in order.
I'll make that motion. Thompson.
Is there support?
Stay our support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Thompson with support to approve the MDOT contract 25-5476. Is there any discussion amongst the audience here in the building about this project? Or online? Or amongst commissioners? Commissioner David.
General Manager, I'm just curious about the finances on this one. How is it being divided between us and the township?
I didn't catch that. The finances? Yeah.
Finances between the, I'm sorry, I must have, but between us and the township, where's the money coming from and how much is
Sure.
it?
So I'll take a stab at it, and I'll let maybe Ryan and Kim help me out. So our participation in this project is literally we receive the federal dollars. So these are transportation alternative programs. A program dollars. We call them TAP dollars.
Okay.
So really, this project goes through the road commission, but it's funded through this TAP program along with matching dollars from the township. So our contribution is really us overseeing the project.
So it's staff time.
It is, and I believe that's even covered. Is that correct? Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering how it affected the budget.
Other commissioner questions, comments? Vice
I
Chair.
want to understand if the sidewalks one side, both sides.
That'd be a good county engineer question.
Thank you for being here, County Engineer Ryan.
My pleasure. I'm here to answer questions just like this, so I'm happy to do it. Ashimo is planning on sidewalk on one side of the road, the west side of the road, for this entire stretch. It'll tie into what we have at the signal at Quail Run right now. So it'll allow access back into the Quail Run neighborhood down 9th Street to get to Stadium Drive.
So west side, will it be a 5-foot kind of traditional neighborhood sidewalk, or will it be more like a non-motorized wider path?
I see Anna's on. If she knows that answer off the top of my head, I don't know if it's 5 or 6. I don't recall, but it's one of those two.
Go ahead, Anna.
Hi there, it's 6.
6 foot. Thank you. All right. Any other questions from commissioners?
That was my
Okay,
question.
very good. All right. All in favor of approving item C, MDOT contract 25-5476, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. That'll take us to item D, request to rescind the previous and approve the revised Cooper Township local road contracts, 16th Street, McKinley Street, 22nd Street, B Avenue, and B Avenue, 3 projects on B Avenue, and Cuttersbridge Avenue, along with several other streets in that subdivision, looks like, and managing director.
All right, I'm going to try to simplify something that may be a little bit complicated here. So originally, if we go back to February 25th, the board approved this original local road contract with Cooper Township and included rubber modified chip seal projects. Sorry. So originally we anticipated that we would be doing rubber chip seal this year. With the late notice with the grant funding, the contractor not being available, we were not able to do any of the rubber chip seal projects this year. So therefore, in an effort to clean up the contract, we removed them, and then we also worked with Cooper Township to add a project to replace it. So the board approved that revised local road contract on 8/26. After the contract was approved and we were building the work order, we noticed there was an error in the contract. So that's why we're back to the board today, is to fix that error. So in essence, to fix the error, we tried to simplify what we're attempting to do here. So this item D is a revision of the original contract to just simply remove the rubber modified chip seal project. But also the work was complete at this time, so we were able to put the actual dollars for all the projects in here. So there are some modifications to the overall estimated project cost. It's actually a reduction. So this is the first piece, item D, that we're requesting the board approve this local road contract. Again, it in essence removes the rubber modified chip seal projects and then replaces our estimated amounts with the actual amounts of the projects. Just moving ahead real quick, item E, which we'll get to here in a second, we literally pulled out the new project and made it its own contract. So it wasn't so confusing that we were taking projects out and putting projects in an existing contract. We're just removing the ones that we didn't do. So with that, we recommend the board rescind and approve the previous and approve the revised Cooper Township local road contract.
Very good. A motion would be in order.
So move, Thompson.
Is there support?
Support Davis.
Davis. All right. Any discussion? Supervisor Sorensen, anything you want to add?
No. Work done well.
Very good. Any discussion amongst the other audience members here?
There's only one more thing I would like to mention.
Yes.
I looked at the Kinley Street on here, and the Kinley Street does look like it's complete.
Okay. We'll check.
That's why I got my own company, but obviously let the rubber chip seal, just maybe do that this year.
Right, I can look into it, just to
Well,
verify.
That's the one I noticed that I had a question on.
Okay.
But still, I guess motion is good.
Very good. We'll check into the McKinley Street. Any other discussion amongst the audience here or online? Commissioners, Vice Chair.
Just to clarify, these are projects, the current construction season was my thought, maybe.
They are current year construction season projects. Most of them are completed at this point.
Okay. Supervisor Sorensen used the words next year, and I want to make sure
The coverage bridge flat line. It was crack filled and hot wet, but it had not been in the rubber chip seal at this time because there was not a local grant came in late. So that's what we're heading at. It's trading what's not done over this project.
and good. Life goes good. Rubber chip seal might happen next year. We're intended.
So let me take that a step further, just so it's very clear. Is there was a rubber chip seal project that we started, but didn't do the rubber chip seal, so it's all prep work.
Okay.
So we did complete that portion of the work, so we revised the estimate to match the work that was done, and then removed the rubber modified chip seal.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions amongst commissioners? Hearing none. All in favor of rescinding the previous and approving the revised Cooper Township local road contract, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. Item E, request approval of the Cooper Township local road contract. Managing Director, anything to add?
Sure, this is the 14th Street D2C Avenue overlay project. So this is the additional project that we worked with Cooper Township to add and replace the rubber modified chip seal projects that were not completed this year. So with that, we recommend the board approve the Cooper Township local road contract for 14th Street for the chair's signature.
All right, a motion would be in order.
So move, say our
Is there support?
support.
We have a motion by Vice Chair Stayhauer with support to approve the item E, the approval of the Cooper Township Local Road Contract for 14th Street. Is there any question or any comments? Any discussion amongst audience here in the building? Or online? Or amongst commissioners?
Managing Director, is this been a budget neutral proposal in that the funds would have come from what used to be in what we just rescinded?
I wouldn't say necessarily budget neutral because it wouldn't match exactly, but knowing that we had projects already completed and were able to close, what was actually budgeted and what we actually completed in the total cost of the projects, it was actually a reduction.
Okay, thank you.
Is 14th Street a primary or a local road?
It's a local road.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion on those?
Personal
Vice Chair.
bias, I'd like to see more 14th Street work on.
Where do you live?
Not on 14th Street, but I use
Nice.
Yes, indeed. All right. Any other discussion, commissioners? Hearing none, all of in favor of approving item E, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right, this is our second time for public comment on non-agenda items. This is another opportunity for the public to speak to the road commission about non-agenda items. Is there anybody in the audience here who would like to address the road commission? Seeing none, is there anyone online who would like to address the road commission? Hearing none, that'll take us to managing director's time. Managing director.
All right, so just to start off with, related to our last two items on the agenda, there are 3 more townships that we had rubber modified chip seal contracts with that will be coming back to the board here shortly to revise them to remove those rubber chip seal contracts. So hope you see those at the next board agenda. All right, first thing, and I'm sure Commissioner Plowski will speak to this, but welcome Commissioner Kennedy.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So a few things for the staff and things that are going on. It's busy time of year for us here at the Road Commission. So our summer hours, so our 410s for our team, actually are over this Friday. So September 29th, next Monday, we'll return to our regular business hours at 7:30 to 4. Our open house extravaganza, I know we've been advertising this all over the place. Our team has done a wonderful job of putting this together. To make it a success, we need participants. So townships, all local elected officials, right? You're all invited. We need you here to make this, like I said, very successful. We have a large group of our team here. A lot of stations will be set up. We have some activities planned. We anticipate hopefully a great turnout and a great opportunity to share what we know, what we do, and get to know our team. Usually it's just a few of us that get out to the townships, and really it's a team that makes this organization successful, and it's nice to showcase the rest of our team. So please take a minute, come see us. That's tomorrow from 3 to 6. There are some refreshments along the way and a few games and prizes, so hopefully it'll be a good time. All right, next I want to mention our budget work session with the board is coming up October 21st, so that'll be after our regular board meeting. We'll see what our agenda looks like, but maybe we can do a 4:30 start, we'll see. SS4A, exciting news. We actually got the agreement from Federal Highway was it last week or the week before? Yeah. But last Friday afternoon, after we signed it, Federal Highway signed it also. So, so it's totally implemented. Our next steps, we have some environmental and historical type clearances we got to work through here over the next few months. There is the potential we can do some work next summer. A little bit limited because tree removals probably won't happen until next fall, but we might be able to do some paving next summer, maybe some rumble strips. And also to know that all of our costs going forward are reimbursable because we do have the agreement in place. So great job to the team for getting that done. It has been a long road. And I want to say a special thanks to Jim Hookster, our assistant county engineer. I know he's not here today, but he's the one that spearheaded this $25 million grant. So we owe him some appreciation. So great job. All right. October 1st, we have our next session of RCKC Chats. So that'll be related to engineering, responsibility and sustainability. So it's October 1st at 12:15. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay. We just began our contract negotiations with Teamsters Local 214 here last week. So that contract is due to expire at the end of the year, this year, 2025. So hopefully we'll get something in its place here shortly. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is next week is the Superintendent's Association Conference. There'll be a few of us from the Road Commission going to that on Wednesday through Friday of next week. So it'll be kind of a short week here at the Road Commission. I'm going. I'll be attending, but I will be available. So email, phone calls, text, whatever you need. So that's all I have, unless there's questions for me.
Any questions for the managing director, commissioners? Vice Chair?
Having been liaison to Ross Township quite a while, I heard a lot about G Avenue and runoffs there, and they were interested in additional signing, rumble strips to alert motorists if they're drifting out of the lane and missing the curve there. Is that part of the SS4A projects, or is that something happening, so to speak, now?
Ryan, I'll let you speak to that, but I believe it's a little bit of both. So,
Yeah, we're already doing work on G.
Yeah, some conversations we've been involved in recently involved the GM M96 kind of intersection, the curve. I believe that's what you're referring to,
Yes, that is.
Commissioner Stayhauer. Yeah, so there have been some efforts. That section of road is in the SS4A for treatment for rumble strips on the side of the road. So that will be taking place as part of that project. But in the meantime, we have also undertaken some efforts to do some tree removals, add additional signing in the curves, and we are looking at placing in-lane rumble strips to advise people that are approaching that curve and the stop, to kind of provide some more warning for motorists as they're approaching that curve.
Just clarify what in-lane rumble strip means. Is that center line or?
Best example, if you've driven on the highway and construction zones recently and you go over the rumble strips as you're driving into the construction zone, it will be, you're not going to be able to avoid them. They're not on the edge of the road. They're intended for you to drive over.
They're perpendicular to the flow of traffic.
Correct.
Okay. Wake shop. Okay. Good. All right.
Sure.
Good. Thank you.
Any other questions for the managing director, commissioners? All right, hearing none, that'll take us into commissioners' time. Commissioner Davis.
I have no report today.
All right, Commissioner Thompson.
I was unable to make the county public works meeting, but I did ask Commissioner Dickinson to do it. I have not heard from her, so I do not have a report on how that went.
All right. Anything else?
No, and again, thanks. I went to the commissioners training Sunday and Monday, and a lot of good information. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. Welcome, Commissioner Kennedy. I don't know if you have anything to say, but you're more than welcome to. This is your opportunity.
So I wanted to thank everyone for the warm welcome, and I appreciate being appointed and being a part of the team. I did attend the conference in Bay City, the commissioners seminar, and learned a lot of great things that I hope to apply here in the future. One of the boards that I serve on is the Kalamazoo Veterans Advisory Board. Most of you might know that I am a veteran of the United States Army, and I always try to use my commissioner's time to let you know of anything that may be available for veterans, etc., in addition to what I'm learning here as part of the Road Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kennedy, and thank you for your service. Vice Chair Stayhauer.
Good. I'll just echo welcome to our new commissioner. Glad to have you here. Glad you could attend the conference. Commissioner Thompson and myself were there as well, and it's a good time to hear about our roles, responsibilities, and real life in the field. One thing we heard about was the disaster up north, the ice storm, and being prepared. one thing they said, the first 72 hours in a disaster like that are chaos. Pre-planning is recommended, being prepared, but when it's that widespread, affects not just roads, the utilities. They didn't have a way to get fuel. They didn't have electric. I don't know to what extent telephone, cellular were down, but that was widespread and broad, and it's a very difficult time. They were very thankful for road commissions and others that gave assistance. So we all have lessons to learn there. I'm sure the superintendents and managers, when they have their conference, will wrestle with that too. Another point made in our seminars, Commissioner Davis had brought it up. In the permitting process, broadband going in, it can kind of be like the Wild West sometimes. Not that that's the intent of the utility providers to have their subs running wherever they choose to with fiber in this case, but a couple road commissions shared, the highlights and the challenges, and they made the point in our permitting process, first, permits need to be obtained. Second, they need to place it where they're supposed to place it. So our policy should cover that. And third, Commissioner Davis emphasized, it was, I think the CRASA publication said, you have the right to have penalties, civil fines if need be. Our staff made it clear our intent is not to generate revenue from fines. It's rather to work with those placing those utilities and have them do it right. But when you hear the horror stories, you see the importance of good policy in place. So we should double check. We feel we're covered there. That's Commissioner Conference. Ashtamo Township very much appreciated our cooperation in terms of the property we're transferring to them, Erie Street, for a bargain sale price for public benefit, not because it's commercial, and their board expressed appreciation for that. Also attended the supervisors meeting the 17th. Our chair was not available that day. That's part of why I went there. A really interesting question was raised. If Culver here is successful getting us and other legislators getting additional road funds, how are we going to allocate that? And so our townships can be prepared too. What they will receive if it takes matching funds, they got to figure out how to do that. But that's a good thing for us to wrestle with. If increased funding comes, we need to be working with our township partners to make it a successful go forward. So then I have to highlight, I have a new granddaughter in Houston, so we are going to duck out, but I like to bicycle. So I guess that's really the November 4 conflict I have. I've alerted our chair and director I'll be away November 4. But I have a couple ventures out of town in the next couple of weeks. So thank you. That's all right now.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Yes, and for Commissioner Kennedy, if you're going to be absent in any meetings, just let myself or the Vice Chair know, or the Managing Director, so that we can make sure there's always 3 of us here. As Vice Chair said, he will not be here November 4th. It looks like I will not be here November 18th. So the Vice Chair can run that meeting. Again, welcome to Commissioner Tony Kennedy. I just want to say we're going to have some township assignments and some board assignments. There's 3 boards that we also serve on as road commissioners. One is the County Parks and Rec Board, one is the Environmental Health Advisory Council, and one is the County Board of Public Works. Those are currently assigned already by Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Thompson, and Vice Chair Stayhauer, but we'll have alternates. So if any of those 3 committees pique your interest, let me know, and we'll make sure to get you on those as an alternate. And then we also have township assignments, so we're going to be reshuffling those a little bit, but there will be 3 townships you'll be assigned to as a liaison. So we'll work through that. It will not be Kalamazoo Township. Our policy is not to have people do their own townships. So it's for that goes. So another big thing we have in the springtime is our highway conference. That's in Lansing. And that's a big deal. That's our biggest annual conference. And so look forward to, hopefully you can attend that going forward. A couple of issues that have come over the internet email that I know the managing director is working on. One is the planning director from Ashmo Township got a hold of us about the South Drake Corridor Improvement Authority. So we are working through that. Just want to acknowledge that. And there's also an issue on East Westwood Drive that we are also working through as well. So I did get a chance to get invited to Lansing by the governor last week, along with Lieutenant Governor, Sheriff Fuller, and Supervisor David Combs from Kalamazoo Township. There was a lot of talk about the road funding deal and the budget and what we can do to make sure we get a road funding deal. I think, Vice Chair, we do have to be ready in case we do get a road funding deal, but I'd rather be in that situation than not having a road funding deal and having to figure out what to do too. So hopefully that comes through. I feel positive, more positive now than I have in the last few weeks. So I think we might get to where we want to be. So fingers crossed, and whatever the speaker needs, we're going to help him as well as the governor to make sure we get a deal. A road funding deal would be great. On that, the last thing I'll say is I want to thank Commissioner Keisha Dickinson for her service on the road commission in her many years working here on the road commission, and wish her luck in her candidacy for Kalamazoo City Commissioner going forward. All right. If there's no other business, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all, folks, for being here today. All right.
So you were on your foot a little bit.
Yes, I was, and they wanted to interview
Or did they
me.
reel you
They
off?
wanted me to they wanted to interview me, and I'm like, I can't. If I get caught for being here or not, I'm supposed to not be at work. I'm at work from home orders.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yep, I think they got your computer for you.
Yes, hi.
I need help. Go ahead. Nope. I need help with my computer too.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay, let's start there.
Well, I
Maybe
can't
there
get the
was
keyboard
some
to work.
update that.
So whenever I send in, yes, it's trying. I plug it in, and
My packet. I know
and
that
so
all
when I
that-
go to like reply to an email, yep, I turned it on. Where's my emails?
Oh, let's check your Bluetooth, see if it's
Oh.
disconnected for some reason.
Okay, yep. I can't get. How do I close out of this? How do I
I'm
get?
so not a tablet.
Me neither.
Really?
Yes,
Oh
no.
my gosh, I always just like hit the button.
All right, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, so like yes.
Okay, go to settings.
Oh.
So